Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Rideshare Hub. My name is Dylan, and today we are joined with your guys' favorite host.
Isabella,
How are you doing today, Isabella?
good. Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day? No, we're celebrating America Day. It's almost the 4th of July, so I'm just kidding. Yay! Inclusivity, Canada Day. I think we have some viewers from Canada, so happy
Yeah.
Canada Day. What does Canada Day represent?
It's like the 4th of July, but for Canada.
Yeah, but what happened for you guys? Did you guys get
Gaining
free
their independence.
from who?
I don't know.
Okay, so today we actually have a really interesting live stream. The main topic, as you guys can see, is Uber and Lyft drivers are actually secured $32.50 an hour minimum wage. So this is really big news. Now, it's only in one state, but this could come to more states. So we're gonna dive into that. We have other topics as well. Before we do jump in, guys, we do have an amazing opportunity for you all, everyone watching this, to make money right now by creating a faceless YouTube channel. This is actually something that I have been working on, and Izzy, we've both been creating content for you guys in this program. So there's over an hour worth of content in there already, and I'm going to be adding more and more. But essentially, you can learn how to create a faceless YouTube channel. This is my course program for you guys, and it's a really good way for you guys to try to make more money. And for me, it's really changed my life. Sorry, this is the photo of me in front of my house that I bought from YouTube. And by using the faceless YouTube channel method, I've been doing it for over 5 years now. So if you want to learn from me, check out the link below. Anybody can learn how to do it. You don't need a following. You don't need any experience at all. And you don't need to show your face. And the other program that we have down linked below too is the TikTok Shop Premium program. Izzy is actually, guys, we are actually just discussing TikTok Shop right before this call. So do you want to talk about the TikTok Shop program?
Yeah, so there's two things you can do to make money with TikTok Shop. There's TikTok Shop for creators and being a TikTok Shop seller. So as a seller, you can sell products on TikTok Shop. Other creators can promote them on there. If you're a creator, you can promote products and get a commission from every sale that you get.
This is the seller screenshot of mine, guys, where you can see in a single day I got over $1,000 of sales. So it's way better than just like setting up a website and selling stuff because people will actually find your products in TikTok. And then I know people make a lot more, but for me, this was my biggest day on TikTok for promoting other people's products. I made $500, $500, $501.90 in a day. But other people make more money. So sorry to cut you off, but I just wanted to show the difference.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, TikTok Shop for creators promoting products has been treating me pretty well. I had like a $1,500 day one time. Lately, it's been like 500 a day the past few days.
Yeah, so for me, this was the thing I was promoting. It's a bullet ice maker. And actually, they'll send you the product for free for you to make videos with. So you actually get a lot of free products too. And yeah, some people make over 1,000 a day. It's pretty easy and you don't need a following to get started. You can just start a brand new account and start promoting your own shop or starting to promote other shops. So click those links below. Now, our next video sponsor is Play Octopus, which is a tablet that they will send you for free for your passengers to play games on. And you as a driver make an extra $100 per extra up to per month. So because they play ads. And yeah, a lot of people really like these games, passengers. I was actually talking to some friends the other day, and they actually brought this up in conversation. They're like, you know, in those Ubers you get in and you play trivia games, like, so people actually really like those because they were talking about how they were like trying to win the game. But It's actually nationwide now, so you can sign up anywhere in the country, and there's 60,000 drivers.
And in Toronto, Canada, you can get it.
Oh yeah, Toronto, Canada. So all y'all Canadians out there, eh? Now the last one is Work Solo. The last video sponsor we have is Work Solo. This is an incredible company that actually helps drivers get guaranteed pay when you go out and drive. So if you don't, make a lot of money within a certain hour, they will actually pay you the difference. So we are actually on their website, guys. That's me at Coachella. Yeah, that's me at Coachella.
You do all those apps?
What?
All those apps?
These are all the ones I've done.
Oh, wow.
Actually, I've never even done Amazon Flex.
Oh.
I need to change that.
Change
I've
it
done
to
Walmart.
Spark.
I've done Spark driving.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, check out the link below to see how you can get guaranteed earnings. And when you use our link, they're actually going to send you $10 just for signing up. And you can do your taxes through here too. So a lot of drivers really like it. Okay, let's move on to the first video topic. You want to read this one?
Yeah, so Uber and Lyft drivers secure $32.50 an hour minimum wage in Massachusetts. That's crazy.
It is.
That's pretty high.
It is.
So Uber and Lyft on Thursday agreed to adopt a $32.50 hourly minimum pay standard for Massachusetts drivers and pay $175 million to settle a lawsuit by the state's attorney general, alleging they improperly treated drivers as independent contractors who can legally receive lower compensation than employees.
Wow. So who are they paying the hundreds? Are drivers getting that 175 million too?
I'm not sure. Oh, wait, this is really interesting. They said that the companies, as in Uber and Lyft, also agreed to give drivers paid sick leave, accident insurance, and healthcare stipends.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has kind of been an ongoing battle in several states, including California. California was like the biggest one, and it's still ongoing there too. Like they're trying to go to the Supreme Court now. But like this is an actual example of a state that actually won for drivers. So this is, in my opinion, kind of like the standard. Like this is what Uber and Lyft should have been doing this entire time.
Yeah.
And now finally this state, like the drivers, this is kind of what drivers should be paying, because keep in mind all the money you're paying on your car, all those expenses add up extremely quickly when you're driving your own car every day, hundreds of miles per day. You're putting on those miles. It gets really expensive when you take into account car depreciation, vehicle maintenance, um, and gas or electricity. So yeah, pretty interesting.
Oh, it says that the agreement requires Uber to pay all that money. It gets paid out to drivers, at least 140 million of it.
It says to the state.
No,
Oh, 100. Oh, okay. Oh, and oh, okay. So yeah, well, that's good. Probably for back pay, I'm assuming, for all the years they worked and didn't make that.
yeah.
Yeah. Because I get checks from like Nike, because there was a lawsuit with Nike, and I used to work there. So like they'll send me checks every like few months
Is it
from
like
this. What?
a lot of money?
No.
Oh,
It'll be like $30 or something.
I mean, still just getting a free $30 every few months. Like, that's nice.
Yeah, and it was a pretty like small suit, but like I'm assuming this one drivers could get bigger checks. Like if you've been driving for years in Massachusetts, like keep out an eye in the mail if you get invited to like join in the lawsuit. I didn't even join in on it. They just like sent me the checks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. There
I
is
knew
a
that.
new ride sharing app where a company is guaranteeing more income for drivers, and this is in Texas. So let's watch this.
Rideshare company guaranteeing more income for drivers is now hoping to gain some ground here in Austin. It has no surge prices and claims to be safer for riders. KXAN traffic anchor Erica Brennis introduces us to Rides.
We designed this company with my daughters and my wife in mind, and then trying to take care of the drivers better.
Steve Wright is the CEO and founder of Rides, a rideshare company that can be found in Austin and 19 other spots around the country.
We came up with a program that the driver really gets to keep everything from the fare, except for, the airport fee or, a little bit of insurance. But everything that can go to the driver does.
So how does Rides pull that off? Well, the drivers pay a subscription fee between $25 to $100 a month. But for right now, they're not charging Austin drivers. James is a full-time rideshare driver driving for Uber, Lyft, and Rides.
It is a very cost-heavy industry.
So what do you think? They got to pay to drive. They got to pay a subscription fee to drive.
Well, I mean, if you make that money back fast, then I don't know.
I feel like the passengers should pay that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But a lot of drivers, they will say that Uber takes more than $20 like in a single ride. So but yeah, that's this one's called Rides, guys. If you're in Texas, maybe try it out. And I mean, they're not charging drivers yet, so I guess that's more of like a long-term plan for them to become profitable. So I'm assuming they have investments.
Yeah.
Investors, because they're not like, they don't need to be profitable yet. Okay, so this next one, we are exposing the Uber CEO. This is the Uber CEO on the left. This is California Governor Gavin Newsom on the right. Now, you might think, oh, hey, these are just two rich multimillionaires hanging out, having a good time. What's the big deal? Well, they have a hidden agenda. And that agenda is to move drivers to electric cars. So in California, Uber and Lyft drivers will have to switch to electric vehicles by 2030. This is a law. You want to read this?
So California approves electric car mandate for Uber and Lyft. So basically by 2030, if you're an Uber or Lyft driver, you have to have an electric vehicle.
And I personally,
requirement.
It's a requirement, yeah, or else you'll get deactivated. But the question is, who will pay for these cars?
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be the drivers. The drivers are going to have to, lease these cars or buy these cars. And you might see from the title, oh, it's California doing it. Oh, it's not Uber and Lyft. But at the same time, when you see the Uber CEO hanging out with Governor Gavin Newsom, in my opinion, I think, and then if you go to Uber's website, Uber electric vehicles, let's see, vehicles 2030, they put it on their website that they're like all happy about making this switch. They're and they're like they're doing it to like the road to zero emissions, their commitment to becoming zero emissions. So I believe that there's kind of a hidden agenda behind all this, where I think there's a lot of money involved, and Uber's, I don't know, I don't want to, throw anything out there, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff going behind closed doors. They got $800 million to support drivers move to EVs. California shows ambitious government policy and real investment from delivers. Well, I cannot read today.
What are they doing with this $800 million?
I think that's the thing where they like give drivers like $1 per ride. Like, remember there was like, you get an extra $1 per ride up to like $400 or something per year.
So stupid.
Yeah, and it's like, again, like these cars are not even built for doing rideshare in the first place. So it's like they're forcing drivers to switch electric, whereas like Tesla's even come out and said like our cars are not meant for ride sharing. Like
Yeah.
at the beginning, if you drove for Uber and Lyft, you were not allowed to use the supercharger stations. They said these charging stations are not for rideshare drivers. They were like, these supercharger stations are for Tesla owners who this is not a commercial car. Like, and then recently a guy bought an electric car to do Uber and it broke down once because he drove 100,000 miles in the car and the battery broke and Tesla goes, all right, well, you got to pay 14 grand for a new battery. Because he was like, and then the guy was like, here, I'll just pull it up. Uber 100,000 Tesla. It was this guy right here. What went wrong? Uber's 120,000 mile Tesla experiment. His car broke down.
My car note on it because I was like immediately just infuriated by that. Yeah. I wanted to like just trade it in and be like, hey, you know what? But my car note on it is still over 40 G's.
Yeah, and he still owed $40,000 on the car, and it broke.
You can walk
Unfortunately, yeah, you bought it right when
just before
all these different.
It drops. Its performance will drop. Right now. For me, I mean, I didn't think it was going to drop that rapidly. Right. I knew it was going to drop a bit, but I didn't think it was going to be that rapid. Now, so they did say that to me.
And how many miles did you have on it when you started noticing these rapid
It was
declines?
over 100,000. It was over 100,000. You know, I know that by the time it went in, it was like 100 and it was almost 120.
And you were supercharging twice a day.
Twice a day.
And
then I was still going to charge at home. I was still going to charge at home. I started off charging at home with the regular Tesla car charger, right?
Yeah.
You know, and then when I go out, I'd supercharge, you know, twice. Now, but the funny thing is, the morning I went to charge it, I charged and it still gave me 170. Then I go back for the second charge and I charge it and it's giving me 35 miles. It wouldn't go past that, you know. So I'm like wondering what's happening. It's not like, you know, like if it was a gasoline car, you would see the gradual decline. Maybe it would pop, and then it would stop. This was still smoothless. So I didn't see no reason why I could charge 170 in the morning, and then in the evening, I get there in the evening to charge, and I'm only getting 35.
So it only was going up to 35 miles. Yeah, I forget. This is a long video. I watched it before, but yeah, he ended up going into Tesla to get it to try to get it repaired, and they were like, "You're driving too much on the car."
Oh, but you know, Jordan drives 12 hours a day with a Tesla.
Yeah.
I wonder how his car is holding up.
Who knows? I'd be a good person to interview.
You can do that. I'm not doing that.
No, thanks. Okay. The next one. Uber and Lyft drivers win a court case to increase driver pay. You want to look at this one?
Yeah. So they're fighting minimum wage laws, but in this state, the drivers won.
Yep. This is Minnesota.
Oh.
So it is happening in more and more states, guys. Because the last one was Massachusetts, right?
Yeah.
And it's still ongoing in California. So drivers are starting to win, guys. You know what they say? Oh, protests never work. Protests never work. Well, you know what protesting does, guys? Peaceful protesting. It actually makes like media outlets report on this. Like them
bring
writing
awareness
this.
to the issue.
Yeah, and then those people who are become aware of it are like legislators, people in government, and state leaders who actually care. They'll bring these issues up, like the attorney generals. So, you want to read this?
Yeah. In a windowless room, Uber driver Farhan Badel took the podium in front of a committee of Minnesota state legislators in early May. So he said, "We've been fighting for 2 long years," referencing ride-hailing drivers' battle to get a minimum wage law passed in the state. Said Uber and Lyft, especially Uber, notorious for their shady lobbying, should not be allowed to dictate what becomes law in this state.
Boom. Yeah. So
what is the new minimum wage for drivers there?
Well, I don't think they got minimum wage yet. I think they're just but yeah, even in New York and Seattle, they passed city minimum wage laws too. Yeah, it just says the drivers won. I don't know exactly what they won.
Maybe now it's gonna get, like, it's just starting to get put into place.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, Uber and Lyft categorize drivers as independent contractors rather than employees. This means drivers pay their own expenses, such as gas maintenance and cell phones, and they don't have employee benefits, including health insurance, sick days, and workers' compensation.
Yeah, I don't exactly understand this. But
Oh,
yeah,
it's okay. It's saying we were getting all these check marks that he was gonna sign the bill. So maybe the state capitol signed the bills.
yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's it right now. Oh, they did sign the bill.
Yeah. So
Very,
I'm sure, like, pretty soon the new minimum wage is gonna come out.
yeah. Yeah, he vetoed the bill. Okay, so this next video topic is the end of Uber and Lyft.
How many times are Uber and Lyft gonna end?
I think it's gonna happen soon. I think it's happening soon. It's a very interesting topic, but I know Izzy's really enthralled at this one. You want to read this headline?
Yeah, so Tesla is likely to launch their robo-taxi service in the next 5 years. It may account for 90% of future profit.
So Tesla is actually, according to this source, which I believe is ARK Invest, which ARK Invest is a massive investment fund. Their Tesla is their biggest, like their largest company in their fund, and it's ran by this woman named Cathie Wood. Cathie Wood, ARK Invest, right? They are a huge, huge, huge company, right?
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, her net worth, I mean, yeah, she's not technically a billionaire, but she could be a billionaire. Anyways, she's saying, and she's a huge, huge Tesla enthusiast, if you will. She's saying that 90%, and I think Elon Musk has even come out and talked about this too. 90% of Tesla's future profit, they're betting on the robo-taxi service. So they're actually betting that this is going to be their main business model moving forward. So as soon as it does launch, and it's the robotaxi event is actually just now in 6 weeks. So they're gonna reveal the robotaxi in 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And they're saying that in the next 5 years, this may account for 90% of their profit. So it's not just like, oh, a little rinky-dink little, side business for Tesla. Like, this is moving to be their main business model for profitability.
Yeah, this is going to be huge, guys.
Yeah, I honestly do think that they're gonna, and I think Uber and Lyft, they're already like anticipating this. They're moving into like other business ventures too. I
Yeah.
think they're gonna shift into like doing more deliveries and stuff like Uber Eats. I think Uber Eats just bought like Instacart, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, anyways, I just think that eventually the robotaxi Tesla will probably put an end to Uber and Lyft because you think about it, drivers don't like Uber and Lyft. A lot of passengers don't really even like Uber and Lyft. And so I think there's just the industry is begging for a new replacement for them, and I think Tesla could be the answer. Okay. The next one is the Black Wolf app. So this is a new ride-hailing company that any of you guys watching this, you can apply to be a Black Wolf driver. So you know what Black Wolf is, Izzy?
Yeah, so it's a ride-hailing app that it's almost like having like a security guard as your driver,
Yeah.
as they focus on safety. And I guess the driver is like armed.
Yep. Yeah, that's the whole, yeah. So let's watch this.
I started Black Wolf. Of course you can request an armed driver. I started Black Wolf. Of course we're better than the Uber and Lyft. Download that. I started Black Wolf. Of course I've driven your favorite celebrity. I started Black Wolf. Of course I want women and children to feel a sense of protection while they're in the rideshare. Who wouldn't? I started Black Wolf. Of course we're going to offer you bougie water we can't even pronounce. Ticket. Ooh. I started the Black Wolf app. Of course there's going to be hate, jealousy, fake news articles, and stories about us. It doesn't bother us. Download the Black Wolf app.
I kind of want to try it out, like as a passenger.
Yeah, I guess it sounds like they're catering to people who maybe like high profile people or like women,
Just
like
people
people who are concerned about their safety.
yeah. You know what is funny to me is like since I started the rideshare hub, like I get a lot of drivers who like know me, and I do feel very very weird of them knowing where I live.
Oh, yeah, because they'll like recognize you.
Yeah, like every once in a while I get a driver who's like, "Oh, I watch you on YouTube," and I'm like, they're taking me home to my house, and then I'm like, I mean, I obviously would love to assume that there's not going to be an issue, but like, just weird. Yeah, you never know. Um, I don't know. So like, this would actually be pretty cool to like try out.
Yeah,
Um,
maybe we should vlog the experience.
yeah, I'd be down. But even like a lot of girls too. Like when I would drive Uber, I had a lot of girl passengers who they would put their destination like a block away from their house. And because they just didn't want the driver knowing where they lived.
Yeah.
Um, so I would a lot of times drop off women like if I knew that they lived, I was taking them to their home, like very clearly their home, like they wanted to get dropped off like a block away just for safety. Which isn't really like foolproof because like the driver could easily just like follow them, watch them walk home. But anyways, it's obviously safer than nothing. But yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah, if you guys want to sign up to be a driver though, you do need to have experience as a security guard.
Oh,
I think
really?
like 5 years experience as a security guard. And you need to be like a former like a veteran, I think. Here you go.
Oh,
4 years of experience in the military, law enforcement, or security sector. And you have to be minimum age in your city. So maybe it's up to like 25 in some areas.
yeah.
Anyways, here's a very interesting next video topic. The Lyft CEO just got canceled. Want to read this?
Okay. Lyft CEO faces pushback after driving for the app and posting about how great it was.
The Lyft, you guys will not believe this. Read this. Just read these two first sentences and you'll see exactly why.
Okay, the first two bullet points?
Yeah.
So, Lyft CEO David Risher drove customers around Napa Valley for the ride-hailing service. He completed 3 trips in 90 minutes, a rate that some commenters said isn't typical for Lyft.
Have you ever seen what Napa Valley looks like?
Yeah.
For anybody watching, the Lyft CEO said, "Oh, I'm gonna see what it's like to be a driver for Lyft. I'm gonna go out and do 3 rides in one of the most gorgeous areas in the world, the most calm, chill areas in the world. I'm gonna go to Napa Valley and do 3 rides." And then he goes, "Now I understand what it's like to be a driver on my app." And he goes, "I love driving for Lyft. It's amazing." Meanwhile, drivers are like driving in like dangerous areas and like obviously driving like 8, 10, 12 hours a day. He just did 3 rides in 90 minutes in Napa Valley.
Yeah, maybe he should go to San Francisco.
Yeah, and drive for 10 hours straight. Like, to put in a full day, bro. Like 3 rides in Napa Valley. Of course, you're going to have a good experience. You're picking up rich people who are going from winery to winery. Like, everybody is in the best mood of their life. But yeah, he posted on. It's so weird how like tone deaf these CEOs are and how unrelatable they're not even trying to relate to drivers.
And then he shares his earnings in there.
Yeah. The rides cost $48. He got 29 of that plus 13 in tips. Yeah, of course people are tipping the CEO. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I appreciate your willingness to get in the field, but I don't think Napa Valley is representative of what most of your drivers experience daily. Oh my gosh. So, anyways, there you have it. Enough said. Let's move on. Tesla is announcing officially the launch of the Robo taxi. And Tesla is saying this is not just about the technology. We are starting a new book. A new book.
After 8 days of wins for the tech sector, one tech name that is under pressure this morning is Tesla. That stock is moving to the downside here after down a little over 1.25% after our next guest lowered his price target on the name based on some new calculations for the company's Robo taxi program. Joining us now to discuss, we have Tom Narayan. He's RBC Capital Markets lead equity analyst for Global Autos. Tom, thanks so much for being here with us to discuss your decision here. Talk to me about the single biggest driver of this price target change for you when it comes to Tesla.
Yeah, there are really 2 things. The first thing is we looked at what pricing would be in a world of robo-taxis, and we realized with working with our internet team who covers the ride-hailing companies, Uber and Lyft, et cetera, that pricing will actually be lower. It'll come down as this will be a regulated industry. So we lowered our pricing. The second thing is we increased the value that we think will go to those companies, the app companies, the Ubers, the Lyfts, as a higher revenue share percentage than what I was assuming previously. So it's really those 2 things that lowered the Tesla-specific robotaxi valuation. But we still love robotaxis, and we still think it's going to be the biggest contributor for value for Tesla.
By when, Tom?
Well, my valuation, I think you guys remember, is based off 2040, and then I discounted back. But I do think...
Where did this guy come from? All of a sudden it was this chick, and then they switched her. But yeah, so yeah, I mean, it's gonna see. I think this is more like a long-term shift in our society. I think driverless cars will most likely eventually become a thing. But yeah, I don't think it's going to happen very soon, but I do think eventually this is kind of the long-term game plan.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just kind of an interesting thing to kind of look at it so far. So now taking a look at this, Uber and Lyft, they will be deactivating 100% of drivers who do not follow this dumb rule in California, which is you will have to purchase or lease an electric car to drive. So Nathan Fletcher, a San Diego County supervisor, voiced concerns at the meeting about Uber and Lyft putting the burden on drivers since the rule has no mechanism to ensure they don't. I think we should have every assumption of moving into this that an industry that is predicated and based on labor exploitation will simply find a way to exploit their workers in order to do this. Uber and Lyft drivers already don't get paid enough, and now they have to go out and buy an electric car to drive. An Uber and Lyft driver who racks up 30,000 miles would save $2,000 in 2027 if they're able to take advantage of government subsidies. Without those incentives, airport staff predict that yearly savings drop to roughly $712. I also think somebody behind this whole push is Nancy Pelosi. I think Nancy Pelosi is one of the reasons why this car mandate is going into effect in California. Why? Well, she is the Democrat representative in California.
And
she's
84.
She's 84. She's been serving in office since the 70s, I believe.
No, she actually doesn't even look that old. She doesn't look 84.
Oh, well, this probably is
That's from 2019.
2019 after about 17 rounds of Botox, all right? And she can afford it because she makes hundreds of millions of dollars. Not from her salary, but by trading stocks. She does insider trading. She buys stocks based off of legislation that she's going to pass or help pass, the government pass. Her and her husband, she does all these loopholes. I believe she's made no more than $179,000 per year, yet her net worth is over 100, or according to here, $250 million. So I think she's probably behind some of this electric vehicle stuff. I wouldn't be surprised if she had, a massive stake in some of these these battery building companies, these companies that buy batteries, and they're after something like this passes, what do you think happens to a stock that's their main business is creating batteries for cars or creating, the technology for electric vehicles? They go way up, and then Nancy Pelosi, she adds an extra zero to her net worth. But yeah, she's been working for the Democrat Party since the 60s. For 65 years, this chick has been working for the Democratic Party. And not only that, I believe she announced that she's running for re-election for another 4 years. So she just announced, guys, that she's running for another 4 years. So
she'll be there by the time she's 90.
So
she wins.
So we got Nancy Pelosi, we got Joe Biden, who, by the way, Joe Biden, he's been working for the Democrat Party. Not to get political here, but we're going. He's been working for the government since the 70s. So we got Nancy Pelosi.
How old is he now?
Joe Biden, I think he's 81 or 82.
Wait, scroll down. Oh. His birthday's there, right?
1942.
Oh, 81.
82, 81, yeah. So, and then you also got Chuck Schumer, who he's the leader in the Senate. He's the majority leader in the Senate. He's only 73, so he's pretty young. But he's been working he's been working for the Democrat Party since the 70s as well. So you got all these people basically running our country.
Yeah, all these old heads.
All these 70s, 80s, and not only that, but they've been working in the government since for 50 years, some of them 60 years, and they're all, net worth hundreds of millions of dollars, and you wonder why they keep running for re-election. And don't worry, it's not only Democrats. We also got Mitch McConnell. He's a Republican. He's 82. And he's the minority leader in the Senate. So the two leaders in the Senate, Chuck Schumer and Mitch McConnell, they've both been working in politics for like 40, 50, 60 years apiece. And this dude can barely get a sentence out. He can barely get out a sentence.
Aren't these people supposed to like retire?
Like you probably haven't seen him like.
They're here for election in 3 short years. What are your thoughts on it?
They ask him, "Oh, you're up for election."
I'm sorry, I had a hard time hearing you. That's okay. What are your thoughts on running for re-election in 2026? What are my thoughts about what? Running for re-election in 2026. That's
Apparently, he froze at the question. He didn't know what to say.
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026? All right, I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute.
These are the people running our nation, my friends. And everybody out there says, "Oh, I'm not going to vote. It doesn't matter." Izzy. Everybody out there saying, "Oh yeah, our vote doesn't matter." And then people like these guys get in there, and they're running our country.
But there's like no other option.
Yeah.
Because it's like they're running against someone who's probably just as old.
It is insane. If you actually take a little peek behind the curtains of what's going on in our government, it's like, holy crap, these are the people. And then at the end of the day, and then it's just like, oh, by the way, we just passed this little law. Now drivers have to do these electric cars. And it's like, okay. Moving on. Sorry, I don't mean to go after you, Izzy. I don't think it's I kind of agree with you, but yeah. Okay. This is why Uber drivers are getting deactivated and how to restore. And here are the reasons why. All right. You want to read this?
Yeah. So, can Uber drivers get deactivated? Yes. There's a lot of reasons like outdated documentation, low ratings, unsafe practices, fraud, failing annual background checks, service refusal, and inappropriate behavior. Those are the top 7 reasons for disabling an Uber driver account. So you want to make sure that, first of all, you're being a good driver and you're treating your passengers with respect. Also, make sure that all your documents are always up to date and that you're not committing crimes so that you pass those background checks and that you're driving safe.
Can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you still see it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Here are the 7 reasons.
Well, I just listed the 7 reasons.
Oh, how did you see those?
Because it was already up there. Like they gave a list, but these 7 reasons just go into detail.
Okay.
So then how do you reactivate your Uber driver account after getting deactivated? If you get low ratings, you have to demonstrate that you've become a better driver to try to get reactivated. So you can enroll in a quality improvement course. If you get deactivated for safety harassment and fraud concerns, wait, can you scroll down? Then restoring your account is pretty hard if those were the issues. But if you were reported for that and it was like a false report, if you have like dash cam footage, you can appeal that deactivation and use that footage, or try to gather evidence you can to like appeal. There could have been an error with your background check, and then you can talk to support about that. Otherwise, if you fail your background check, like you probably can't get reactivated if it was for something bad.
Here's how to avoid having your account disabled. Be professional, have a good rating. I think you need over 4.6. Use a dash cam. I think Uber should provide free dash cams for every driver when you sign up.
Real. It won't even cost them that much extra money.
Yeah, and then they wouldn't have to fire so many drivers. They could just be like, oh, the passenger reported the driver drunk at 7 a.m. And then they go, well, let's look at the footage.
Yeah, maybe they should make it a requirement to have a dash cam to drive.
For realsies.
And then provide one.
Okay, next topic is how much do Lyft Lux drivers make? All right, in the past we've covered Uber Black. Let's take a look at Lyft Lux, shall we?
Yeah.
Should we start it?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's going on YouTube?
This is, by the way, is the Rideshare Hustle. Go check him out. Big shout out to Rideshare Hustle.
Nick here. Thanks for coming by to the channel, the home of the free dash.
How about this? Izzy, how about you guess? How much do you think he makes in a day of doing Lyft Lux?
A day? 200?
Keep in mind, you can see the little bedroom tour here in his little setup. Can you see the mirror? Looks like has a really nice office setup. So he must be making some pretty, I'm just rambling. Okay, let's watch.
Giveaway where we give away a free
Okay, here we go. Let's see how much he makes, guys. He drives in Boston too, so keep that in mind. It's a big city. Have you been to Boston?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It's really nice. I like it there.
Oh, okay. What'd you do there?
I just hung out around.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been there briefly.
Do you like it?
Start a screen.
Huh?
Do you like it?
Yeah, I was just like on the way to somewhere.
Oh, okay.
We just stopped there.
Or driving with Lyft Lux and Lux Black.
Oh, he does also Lyft Black too.
Yeah.
I forgot. So it's interesting because Lyft has two options, Lux and Black.
So let me start a screen recording right here, and 2 and 1, and we should be recording. I'm going to open up Lyft right now. Hopefully the sound is really good here. Oh, and there's something else I want to go through too, because I want to go through. All right, we got drop-offs. We have something changing with drop-offs at Logan. And then action required. So I still need to do 20 minutes of community safety education.
Look at this, guys. So he was actually going to face deactivation if he didn't commit these 20 minutes of education. Every now and then, Lyft throws out these deactivation things. If you guys don't do this, guys, they will end your account. So you need to make sure even if you're not driving for a while, check in on the app and make sure you complete this, or else you'll get fired.
To continue driving with Lyft, you'll learn tools and tips for making everyone feel comfortable in your car. And share your location, that's new, but that's not why we're here. Cash out. My last cash out was 442.
In one day?
Let's get into the dashboard, and then we're going to go into driving history.
That can be from up to a week.
And once we get into driving history, then we can see what actually happened for the pay. How much did we make last week? As you can see already, I made $442. $442.90 divided by 11 rides.
Whoa, he only did 4 hours of rides, so he made over $100 an hour.
Oh.
But in the whole week, he was online for a day, over 29 hours, right?
Yeah.
But he only got booked for 4 hours, so he's waiting around for over 20 hours. So basically what he does is he turns on his app and leaves it, only filtered so he only gets Lyft Black rides, I guess.
Oh.
So he's kind of like on call.
Oh, okay.
But I'm assuming he's mostly just hanging out at home while he's waiting.
442 divided by 11. So we're talking $40 per ride driving with Lyft. Now, I know you're not going to get that in economy modes unless you have a huge bonus attached to that ride, but typically you're not going to. So that's what I'm talking about when I say per ride. That's what I'm shooting for. My average is 23. So when I'm hitting 40s, I'm doing a good job here. Book time.
He gets a lot of tips too. $47 in tips for only
good.
Yeah, and he only got $265 from rides. So where's the other $140?
Maybe
he spent
bonus.
4.25 hours actually driving. So I mean that is still about $100 per hour. I'll do 442 divided by 4.25.
442.9
divided by 4.25. That's $104 per hour of actual driving time. No,
scroll down.
Oh, online time counts. I think that it does count, but I think it only counts in the economy modes because with economy modes.
Is he going to scroll down? Because I want to see how else he made that.
There's a mode ride earnings 47.
Oh, here we go. Driver referrals. Oh, he signed up a driver, $25. Bonuses 22. Cancel earnings $5. You know what I used to do when I drove for Lyft?
What?
It's actually really like kind of frowned upon, but I would try to get like get a lot of cancel earnings.
Oh.
So I would show up to the destination or to the pickup area, and I would like immediately click on arrive, which is what you're supposed to do. And then I would try to like wait out the clock and kind of hope that the passenger wouldn't come.
Yeah.
So if the passenger didn't show up within 5 minutes, what a lot of drivers do is they're calling them, "Hey, where are you? Where are you?" For me, I just immediately cancel the ride, get my $5, and then leave.
Oh.
So my strategy was try to rack up because think about it, you get paid $5 and you don't need to even drive the passenger anywhere. And a lot of times if it's a short ride, sometimes you're making less than $5 on that ride, or like maybe you're making $6 or $7, and then obviously you need to drive them 15 minutes to their destination. So my strategy was like, all right, well, if I'm gonna get $5 for putting on, I just had to drive there. Obviously, if it's a longer ride, I would wait, but yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes I would get a lot of money in cancel earnings.
$1 in tips. That's what.
Gosh, I hated driving so much. But I did it. I did it, guys. I did it for you guys.
Oh, over 10%.
So what is this Lyft Rewards cash? Like all these things add up to like over $100.
Yeah. Isn't that just like the bonus?
Well, like that's the bonus here, but then there's another bonus down here too. Lyft Rewards cash. I don't know what that is.
10% would have been.
Let me see if maybe he goes into another week. Oh, he goes to certain rides. He made $51 on this ride, 25 minutes, 15 miles. So he does make considerably a lot more than doing a normal Lyft.
Oh, wow.
This was a 24-minute ride. Made $30, $23 plus tip. Oh, and I guess he needs to pay for commercial insurance too. So you gotta pay extra. In some cities you have to get like commercial insurance. Who's that? Oh, it may be his daughter. But yeah, guys, check out the Rideshare Hustle and you can learn more about making money. But comment below, do you guys think it's worth it to buy a car to do Lyft Lux or Lyft Black, like an expensive car?
I don't know.
All right. Here is how to hack the surge pricing when you're driving Uber. Here's tips for surging. Here's why you should never chase surges and what to do instead. This is a big warning, guys.
Yeah, don't chase the surge, guys.
Rule number 1 of being a driver. Here you go.
So this person said that they were chasing a surge. There was like a 3x surge rider. Anyways, they said it was a bad idea to go try to find another surge because they missed the surge and wasted 30 minutes stuck in traffic all while.
Oh my God. They fucking drove 30 minutes to get to a goddamn surge, and then it was gone by the time they got there. This is why driving for Uber sucks.
Yeah.
You're trying to make money, but you end up spending and wasting all your time, and then it's finally gone. Sorry, so they ended up going to a different surge?
No, they just like a new surge appeared in the area that they had just left.
Oh my God.
So if they stayed in that area instead of trying to go find the next surge, they would have gotten another surge.
That is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. So basically they're not worth it and you should just do whatever. Like just drive. Like don't try to find the stuff.
For real. If I offered you 50% discount on your steak dinner tonight, if you wait 10 minutes, would you do it? Yep, you would in a heartbeat. Riders are the exact same way. If they can just wait 10 minutes for a cheap ride, they will wait out the surge. This means while you and 50 other drivers are heading to an area, riders will actually stop requesting rides. I've sat right in the middle of surges downtown for 15, 20 minutes and never received a call. I used to chase surges. So sometimes you're even in the middle of a surge and you just don't even get one of the calls. So you're like driving for just a possibility to get a ride, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So basically what you want to do is just avoid it at all costs, my friends. And brave the bars. Or one hack you can do, and this is what, Greg on the channel, he used to do this to get $75 an hour. He would basically hack the surge, where basically you hang out like right outside the surge, and then I guess if you get a pickup and then you go through the surge, you like pick up the surge.
Oh.
But like he was like, don't get off. Like let's say if there's like a concert, he was like, just drive over a freeway that goes through it, but like don't get off the freeway.
Oh.
And that way you can avoid the traffic but still pick up the surge.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he actually said he was gonna like make a movie called Surge Chasers, because he's like an actor.
Oh, is he still living off the grid?
Oh no, he lives in Florida now.
Oh, okay.
All right, so this one, Uber has officially finally agreed to raise rates, my friends. Can I read this?
So Uber Lyft agreed to stay in Minnesota after top Democrats reach statewide driver pay deal.
Yeah, they were basically Uber and Lyft when they were talking about raising, the drivers need to get paid more in Minnesota. What Uber and Lyft were saying during this whole time is, okay, well, if you guys win, we're just going to leave the state. So we're not going to be in that state anymore because we don't want to pay drivers anymore. But then they finally decided, okay, we'll stay. So they're actually agreeing to pay drivers more. So that's a big, big shocker, guys. Huge shock to everyone. Drivers will get a raise, my friends. If you drive in Minnesota, you're going to get a big fat raise, okay?
Yeah.
So might not be a bad option to be an Uber driver in one of these states, guys.
Yeah.
because you actually make more. And like, let's say you live out in the boonies in Minnesota, like, you know that where the cost of living is a lot less, you actually get paid more than people who live in like, you know, California.
Yeah.
Like look at this house. This is a nice house. Looks a little slanted, but yeah. I think maybe that's just the photo.
Yeah, maybe.
But look at this one, 240 grand for a house.
That's crazy.
7 acres.
House, over here, that'd be well over $1 million.
It's on a 7-acre lot. You got a massive.
You should just move there. Didn't you say you wanted like a lot of land and privacy?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy this house, guys. It literally just got listed too. 2 minutes ago.
You could buy this house and then like 3 of your neighbors' houses and then just combine all the properties.
Wait, what'd you say?
You could just buy this house and 3 of your neighbors' houses and combine all the properties.
I could buy 5 houses for less than what I bought mine for. Look how big your land is.
Wow. And oh, you live by a lake too. That's nice.
Yeah, I could go paddleboarding.
Yeah, you'd also just be living in the middle of nowhere.
Who cares? You got 2 lakes. Y'all, okay, no, let's oh yeah, I guess if you're driving Uber out here, you're probably fucking not getting any rides.
Yeah.
But interesting. Kind of nice. I mean, a little fixer-upper, but I mean, I'm sure the cost of renovating a house is probably way cheaper out here too.
Yeah.
And no HOA fee, so you don't pay money to the HOA.
Oh, nice.
Let's do a little slight upgrade and see what else you can get in Minnesota. Let's do like over 500,000.
Oh, these houses are pretty big. Like the square footage is kind of big.
Yeah, 3,000 square feet.
And you still have a big yard.
Yeah, 10,000 square foot lot.
Looks nice.
This one's very nice inside. This you don't need to even fix this. Well, maybe redo the carpet. Let's see if any of these, because it snows out there, right?
Yeah. Oh, then you could go ice skating on the lake in the winter.
For $2 million, what do you get? I think I prefer the smaller ones for like 200K. The houses like looked like different over there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow.
It does look like there's like a town nearby though. Anyways. Okay. Guys might want to move there if you're trying to you know, beat inflation. Okay, the next one is why so many Lyft drivers get deactivated. Failing a background check. You know what? Let's ask ChatGPT. Why do so many Lyft drivers get deactivated?
Is this our last topic?
Do you need to go?
No.
Do you want to go?
I'm just hungry.
Let's do one more after this.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Yeah. Okay, guys. So ChatGPT says this is why drivers get deactivated. Low ratings, safety concerns if you're compromising your passenger safety, like reckless driving, if you don't pass your background check, if your
Have you
documents
ever had a
are
driver like drive reckless?
what?
Have you ever had an Uber driver drive or a Lyft driver drive reckless?
Nothing too crazy. I've had some drivers drive a little bit like they could have been driving safer, but nothing like that crazy.
Have you ever been hit on?
Yeah.
What did they say?
Just like, oh, you're so beautiful, or
Oh my God. That's insane.
actually when I was 17, I took an Uber and the driver was pretty young. He was like 25. Yeah, he was hitting on me.
He was hitting on a minor. That's insane.
I mean, he didn't know I was a minor, but
Either way, that's still insane. Okay.
and I looked really young too when I was 17.
Bet, because you still look super young. Okay, document verification, policy, customer complaints, quality control. Overall, Lyft aims to maintain a high standard of service and safety, so they do enforce these measures so both passengers and drivers have a positive experience on the platform. Let's ask ChatGPT, how can a Lyft driver get reactivated? Here you go, guys. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, you can contact Lyft support, correct the issues, wait for the review, follow up with them.
Follow up. All right, guys, we're moving on to, this is our last video topic. Uber and Lyft riders explain why they don't tip their drivers, who only get tips 25% of the time. So drivers are only getting tipped 25% of the time.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
So tipping habits among ride-hailing customers vary. Some Uber and Lyft riders consistently tip 20%, while others rarely tip. Didn't you interview people asking if they tip drivers, and like a lot of them said no?
Yeah, most of them said hell no.
Yeah, a dozen Uber and Lyft drivers or riders share why they do and don't tip.
Oh, wow. Drivers, 28% of drivers get tips. 80% of food delivery drivers get tips. So that's interesting, guys. So keep that in mind. If you do delivery, you'll get tipped more.
You know why? It's because whenever I deliver food, it makes you tip. It doesn't make you, but it'll show the tipping options before you place your order. And then you kind of feel like you have to tip. When I order an Uber, it gives me the option after the Uber ride's done.
Yeah, doing food delivery, it automatically includes a tip, and then you have to go out of your way to remove it.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I think it's just mostly because of that. And by the way, like Uber, their marketing from the beginning was like, this is not a taxi. You don't have to tip your drivers. And so I think they're still like catching up to that. Rides are a service. Taxis have always been a tip service, so why wouldn't people do the same thing for ride hailing? Plus, I also think, guys, like, because they cost so much more now, I think passengers just can't afford to leave a tip anymore because they're already paying so much for the ride.
Yeah.
Because rides have gone up like 5 times, whereas drivers still get paid the same. So anyways, guys, big shout out, big thank you to everybody who watched the live stream. You guys are the best. Again, check out the programs down below. We have links to the Faceless YouTube channel program and the TikTok Shop program. These are great side hustles that you guys can start today. Just join the program and you'll get access to all the material. Any final words, Izzy?
Yeah, join the program. You can learn a lot, make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yep, potentially. And should we you guys can go follow Izzy's. Oh, that's not you. What is it? Is Wake Up?
Yeah.
Can I do it or no?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys can follow Izzy on TikTok as well to see. Oh, this video is doing pretty good. To see her videos on TikTok. And this is mine. All right. Thanks for watching, guys.